Senate moves to elevate Ooni, Sultan divides Nigerians. Now, ordinarily, the proposed bill to create the National Council of Traditional Rulers of Nigeria should be a welcome development, as it seeks to constitutionally recognize the roles and importance of traditional rulers for the overall peace and development of the country. However, the clause that empowers the Ooni of Ife and the Sultan of Sokoto to be over and above other traditional rulers in the country has subjected it to widespread criticism, attacks and rejection, particularly from the Middle Belt Forum, Ohaneze Ndị Igbo, and Middle Belt and others. This group, as well as several individuals across Nigeria, have described the move as divisive, undemocratic, and threat to Nigeria's federal character. Now, we are seeing the fact that they want to create. It's on the Daily Post, so that's my source, and also on the different newspapers. You are going to see my source on your screen. The Senate now, because the FG said this is their plan, the Senate want to implement the plan, and we know that it is the Senate that passes the law. Talk about the bill into law. Now, arguments and counter arguments. Where are the place of the Igbos in Nigeria? Even the Middle Belt are crying. Why will you elevate Ooni of Ife, a Yoruba king, and the Sultan of Sokoto, a Fulani king? And don't forget, even the Fulanis are not indigenous to Nigeria. The Fulani came to Nigeria in 1804. They established the Fulani Empire in 1814. Biafran evangelists, let's look at other angle. But then let me tell my viewers, if you are watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, also share this video. As you are watching, be liking and be sharing. As you are watching, be liking and sharing, and also drop your comments. Biafran evangelists, the Senate are about to work on this bill. Ooni of Ife and the Sultan to be given enormous power. Where are the Igbos in the scheme of things in Nigeria? What do you have to say?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. May God bless you, our viewers. Yes, the question before me was based on the issue on the ground that Ooni of Ife and Sultan of Sokoto, that the Senate wanted to use them or to raise them or to place them above every other traditional leaders in the society. Come to think of it, Sultan of Sokoto represent Fulanis, and Ooni of Ife represent the Yorubas. Then where is the place of the Igbos as the part of the three ethnic group recognized or that make up the nation they call Nigeria in the name of one, the scamic one Nigeria? You see the point I am making. Somebody like me, Biafran evangelist, you see why I always go against issues like this, and I always speak the truth. Igbo people have been put aside. Igbos have been sidelined once again by this current government again. And furthermore, Ooni of Ife knows only the culture of Yorubas, of which he did not even know all. Because there is sometimes, if you watch him culturally, he always make an omit of some Yoruba traditional culture. Sultan of Sokoto, a total stranger in the country, is not even from the Hausa. He came from the ancestral source that came to exist in Nigeria 1804. And before 1804, the Biafrans, which are the Igbos, have already started resisting slavery. In 1803, when many Biafrans, Igbos to be precise, drowned themselves in the ocean instead of serving as what? As a slave. Now, Sultan of Sokoto, Ooni of Ife, you've not even finished the culture of Yoruba. Sultan of Sokoto, you have not even balanced the north. How then do you now believe or think that you can come to Eastern region then and direct or instruct us on how to run our traditional culture that have been in existence before you exist. Yes. Where is Obi of Onitsha? And where is Oba of Benin? Hello? Where is Obi of Onitsha and where is Oba of Benin? When you are talking about culture, please, there is what Igbos call Ikeji, Iriji. So then the Sultan of Sokoto, Ooni and Ooni, Oba of, what is it called? Ooni of Ife. Will now tell me when to come and eat, do my yam festival, or come and do my other festivals. Please, I want to ask, the Sultan of Sokoto and Ooni of Ife, do you know what kola nut to represent in Igbo land? Do you know what kola nut stand for? Do you know how to hold a kola nut before the elders in Igbo land, before the ancestors? Do you know how to communicate with the ancestors in Igbo land? Do you know how to present kola to them? Then a kola that have three eyes, do you know the meaning? A kola with a four face, do you know the meaning? Do you know what place after you breaking a kola nut, or you want to break a kola nut that is more than four face?
But the question is,
oh my God.
Are the Yorubas and the Fulanis above the Igbos in Nigeria? But it's been seen, probably after the Civil War, that the Igbos cannot be trusted with power. We saw that time a lawyer said the Nigerian Civil War have not ended. That Igbos are still fighting Civil War over this presidency and the perceived marginalization. What do you think?
Yes. Time without number, and I will continue to speak. Like I said, they don't know and they don't understand all these cultures. And let me tell you, you cannot trust power to Igbo people's hand. But remember, since you cannot trust power to the hand of the Igbos, when it comes to tradition, you cannot as well decide for us on how to run our tradition that have been in existence before Nigeria and that have been in existence before the Ooni, that have been in existence even before Sultan of Sokoto. And listen again, you are talking about trusting power. This is not an issue of power now. We are talking about culture. And before now, for Ooni becoming and the Sultan of Sokoto being the overall of the traditionalists in Nigeria, please, did you seek the concept of every other traditionalist? Did they give their approval? That should be the question. Did they say to you that yes, they accept Ooni of Ife to be their leader, Sultan of Sokoto to rule them? Or do you just wake up and wanted to impose Ooni of Ife and Sultan of Sokoto on the traditional rulers? Please, I'm talking to Nigerian senators, to Nigerian government. You cannot impose anybody on our traditional rulers, because we have cultures differently from each other and we have to respect it. We have to give it respect, irrespective of whom is ruling Nigeria or who not ruling Nigeria. You people are dividing the nation, and you are saying that Nigeria will still remain as one. Sultan of Sokoto, the oil well, you want to keep it as one, and you people are playing this kind of game. You're already dividing the country.
But is there anything like the South? Because that statement caused controversy early this morning, that in any part of the world, there's nothing like South. You cannot see that on any any international fora. Do you believe in that word South by Yakubu Gowon?
My brother, before we forge to international aspect of it, let us look at it in the angle of locally. In West here, is there anything like South-Southwest? In the North, is there anything like South-South-North? Let us not talk about the Oyibona. Let's talk about within us here. Since there is no South-Southwest and there is no South-South-North, all these things only take place in the East. That is a political statement and a political way of divide and rule. Yes, they use it south to south and south to east to divide the brothers, to divide the whole eastern region, the old eastern region, to cause division among them, to split them, in order for them not to stand up and stand out, and to stand up to defend their mandate, which is Biafra. It has never been mentioned anywhere in the world, and I'm waiting to see it in the West. Are you trying to tell me that all Yorubas are in one language or they are in one mind? No. Ondo, I will search for an accommodation with an Ondo man. A typical Yoruba man say, instead of him giving an Ondo man house, he prefer giving it to Igbo. At Waterworks is Shaga Road, which at the end of the day, the house was given to me instead of a Yoruba from Ondo man. Hello? But yet, in Lagos here, there is what they call Obasa in Lagos, the speaker. They have crisis among the within Obasa and Sowolu, the governor. But there was no state emergency. They sort it out. But in River State, in some week, and Fugbara have a misunderstanding. Mr. President declared state of emergency quickly. In Osun State, there was a crisis. No state of emergency. In Benue State, there was serious crisis, killing even up to this very moment. There was no state of emergency. In Kogi, in Plateau State, there was no state of emergency. But in River State, there was state of emergency. Divide and rule. South to south and south to east. But in other part of the Nigeria, like Iboronu, no state of emergency. No south to north. You see why I am saying what I said? All these things are political games. To do what? To keep reaping the Igbos, the Biafrans of their resources, denying them their mandate, which is not going to be possible again. Every day is for the thief. One day is for the owner. Let Nigeria continue to play their propaganda politics in the eastern region. But one day, Ora ga-eju onye nwụrụ anwụ afọ. Ora ga-eju onye nwụrụ anwụ afọ. Yes, Biafra will stand. And all these games will become a past tense.
We've seen men of God warning Nigerians about the dangers of dividing the country. Men of God have told all Nigerians, is it yet time? Pray for this country and pray for, we've seen many conventions. Pray for Nigeria and pray for the leaders so that the country will never divide, so can enjoy the prosperity of the nation. What do you have to say?
My brother, to be honest to us, to start with, I am sorry for this angle I want to go. The so-called men of God that are organizing 100 days of fasting and prayer, praying for Nigeria. Nigeria to stand Nigeria and to stand with. What is the meaning of Nigeria that you are praying for? A country that don't have meaning. How do you then intend your prayer to have a stand on it? How do your prayer work in a country that don't have meaning? That's number one. And number two, in Tinubu regime, open heaven, 100 days of fasting and prayer. Now, a pastor now come up. He want to raise 1,000 prayer warrior to intercede on behalf of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes. But under Jonathan, the same person that organizes 1,000 prayer warrior for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the same person organized 2 million march protest against Goodluck Jonathan. Say God is an author of confusion. In Nigeria, the same man of God, when was to be sold at the rate of 120 naira to remove a subsidy. The same man protested. But the same man now say that they should pray for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How will Nigeria move forward when men of God, so-called men of God, are having sentimental in their mindset and in their heart? Tribal issues of eating them up even in the church. Tribal structure, mentality and mindset is what is playing. How do that prayer work? The price of one pint of rice today was the price of bag of rice under Jonathan. The same pastor that is saying let there be prayer, the same pastor organized protests. And today the same pastor is saying let us pray. Until the same pastor come out and tell Nigerians the truth. Until the same pastor come up and stand out for the truth that he claimed to preach. That is when Nigeria things will begin to work fine. I remember humble Biafran evangelist, and I will continue to speak that truth.